Okay, I'm not going to give a lot of speechifying here. The question we've been asked, and the question I asked Zilpha, where's Zilpha? Zilpha is the organizer of this event, not me. I told her not to do it. But I think it turned out. Fundamentalists, and I'll leave that word for your own interpretation, divide the world into three groups. There are those who haven't joined them yet, the missionary force, the missionary pool. There are those who are part of them, and then there are those who have left. And they see everything through that glass, through that tint. And it really affects everything. Because that three state is only temporary. Because for fundamentalists, in the end, there will be only one. And everyone will bow before the people who are right. And the heretics and the apostates will burn. And no matter how much, we try to get along, there is that force that's hanging out there. Our goal today has nothing to do with the church, per se, and that's why we're here and we're not down there. We're here because we reject that paradigm fundamentally. And we reject the idea that we have to fall into one of those three states. Zilpha and I have received a lot of communication in the past couple weeks. And first of all, the most positive thing is there are literally thousands of people who are supporting us and who are here in spirit, but either they've moved on, which is good, and they're not here anymore. But there is another group that would love to be here, but they can't. And the fact is that the state of apostasy, or the state of leaving the church, or the state of leaving religion, leaves people in fear of losing custody of their children, losing jobs, losing their careers, losing their family, being ostracized in their community, their children being locked out, and all sorts of negative ramifications that are happening today, right now. Divorces and destroyed lives simply on your belief in metaphysics, which is not very understandable to people outside the paradigm. About 165 years ago, after the first party of the saints came into this valley with their slaves and with their polygamous wives, they came up here to this peak a few days later, and they blessed the valley. Now, one of the reasons they were in this peak is because just over those mountains, the trappers had set up a community and lived there permanently. And just over those mountains, the Paiutes lived there permanently. This valley, from the get-go, was a three-state valley. It wasn't always the Mormons, and the Mormons didn't always control it. And now we have a time and a place when those who are pluralistic in their views and in their society outnumber those who want the one true path. So Brigham took the hill and he blessed it before he took his folks and went back a couple days later. And I think our goal here is to sort of take it back, but not in a demanding sort of way, just to say that we're here. And for our brothers and sisters who can't be here because of those ramifications, who are here with us in spirit, but know they will face that's why we're here for them. That next year there'll be more of us, and next year there'll be more of us, and next year there'll be more of us. And the goal is not to conquer the other. The goal is that we can live together and not believe the worst of each other. I think really our inspiration is Dan Savage and It Gets Better project, which encourages people to publicly come out of the closet who are homosexual. Because the studies show that your attitudes about folks have to do with how well you know them, how many homosexuals you know, how many you interact with every day. And unfortunately for most of us, and I'm guilty of this too, we sort of, because we don't want to be offensive and we don't want to push our religion in anybody else's face, but we kowtow to those sort of things, that we don't allow ourselves to be authentic. So we're not trying to tell anybody to go out there and be, in your face proselyting non-Mormons or ex-Mormons, but we're talking about living authentically and letting people know we're here and letting others know that once you cross through to the other side, life is so much better, and there is peace and there's happiness, And that's where we're at, and that's where we want to help lead our brothers and sisters to. So where's Zilpha? All right? Zilpha, where's your flag? All right, so our next and only step is to take the mountain. So everybody follow Zilpha, and I'll see you on the other side. Come on now.